Yeah, the only people that were interested in it were
The
attorneys,
law firm.
law firms that were on the other side that wanted to sue. They were, not on the not on the defense, but trying to do so. They were the only ones, and then we said,
Once you get involved with the lawyers and the alphabet soup,
I know, and
I'm not that naive anymore.
Right.
I think you might have read my.
Yeah, I did. I read it. I read it quite succinctly, right, about all those things about them. And and we know that Online Academy. We've gone to some of their sessions too free, and it was just amazing. And then how long did it take for anybody to make any claims? And they're still able to be in business. That's what's amazing to me.
They honestly, they owe me, and this is not hyperbole, in excess of $1.1 billion.
Based on
Yeah.
what did you say? How are you making that calculations? That's what I wanted to talk to you about too. Is one of
Treble damages versus what they accrued.
Okay, but what kind of evidence do you have as kind of like what we say, what if but, that
Right.
if you weren't their prior, if you were part of their prior art, how could you prove then loss in revenue?
Well, what happened was that I started hearing that they had this massive advertising campaign all of a sudden as soon as they got granted.
Right.
Which is why the USPTO is really, I don't know if you're familiar with Alice versus COS Bank
No.
decision. It's a decision that basically gives 2015 Supreme Court decision that pretty much gives all ownership of software business method types to Silicon Valley for big tech. That was preceded by over 500 official visits from Google representatives to the White House between the Obama inauguration and this particular decision, Alice versus COS Bank. And the USPTO and all of my property was and my prior art was deemed as completely patentable, and I was granted by the World Intellectual Property Organization, Israel, Russia, Japan, New Zealand, Mexico, several billion, billions of people from G20 countries. USPTO, it's amazing what's going on down there. They have their examiners look at the cars, and not attorneys at all, anyway, and they're specifically compromised. To that extent, we had a situation to where my initial application was January 2010, and that covered everything in a practical sense, because what I offer, it's not a strategy. A strategy is not a patentable, patent. Law.
Right. Yours a method or what?
Yeah.
You filed it as a method, or what did you file as a business method?
It's a process.
Process,
And
right.
what it ended up being was because of the method patent, and every IP attorney that I knew, including my own, his firm, everyone I spoke with, said, well, obviously they're infringing on this. I went physically to an online trading academy symposium, and I listened to what they were saying, and it was a supply and demand strategy. Right? What I've done is I've philosophically taken the foundation and transpose that into quantitative representation, which then is the product. It's an actual product as a method. Just like, in the very simplest terms, say the raw data that I use is a cow, and then my process makes it an hamburger. I can sell hamburger. Simple as that.
So what were you at the time? Had they given you prior art on
What
this?
happened was in these other countries, yes, U.S. First they cited me as infringing on prior art that had nothing to do with what I did.
Well, go back.
They kicked the can down the road
Right.
until this Alice versus COS Bank came out, and then everybody got a 101 rejection.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that time. Everybody, they were just.
And he waited for that. His name was McCullough, and I named him. But
Yeah.
at the same time, after that,
your business now?
Oh, my, well.
Now, what are you
find
doing?
out.
You know, I mean, what is your where are you now in your business?
Well, I like to say that I'm the vanguard of gamification economics. And what happened is, unbeknownst to me, that there was going to be a pandemic or whatever
I know.
you call it going
Right,
on.
right.
But what happened is you've seen, literally since COVID happened, I've been around for 12 years doing this. I've gone full circle. I started when I was 7 years old, betting on ball games.
Yeah, I read about your background. Mm-hmm.
All that stuff, yeah, so I don't want to bore you with that.
Yeah.
And so for the past 12 years, I've been waiting for this to happen. And now, of course, I'm sure you've seen the FTX platform where
Right.
they're doing the crypto and everything
Right.
that's coming.
So what are you doing in that? Are you doing anything in that
Venn
space?
Yeah, I'm the only, my company is the only quantitative analytics provider for sports as an asset class to be traded, whether it be systematically, with quantitative systems and
Right.
virtual machines.
And you're sticking with strictly the sport. So if
Oh, actually, the thing about it is the reason why I did sports was because it was completely virgin land. Basically.
right, no, I agree, and notice
I
through.
could go into many other fields of use.
Okay, but you can. So my question is, for instance, we're teaching algorithmic strategies in trading at the university to our students and also to the outside public, and we also have kind of like a ways which professional traders come in and we help them improve their strategies, and also they come in and use our students for possible internships and helping them or where they have it. So we try to look at it mutual. So when we have somebody coming in as a guest, we always like to have it, what's in it for our guests too. We want to give back to our guests. We want to make it a mutual type of conversation. And our students are very entrepreneurial. It's changed in the years. They're very entrepreneurial. They are excited about trading. Many of them are trading ready. Many of them, they love the crypto space, right? They're excited about that. Many of them, I tell them, do you know TradeStation? Are you familiar with them?
TradeStation was, OTA uses TradeStation, their platform. So TradeStation was a contributory insurer, actually. So was BNP Paribas, so was Shirkan India. So
Right. TradeStation originated with two of our alumni at the University of Miami that were in the music school, and they came up with the.
My friend that went to UM that I grew up with was the guy that got me involved in options.
See, so funny.
He was a Pike.
Right. So anyway, so they started, and then they were in Plantation, Fort Lauderdale. So we've worked with them, and for instance, their president came down. As a matter of fact, now he's in venture capital, the president. And
No harm, no foul, by the way. I don't know.
yeah, no, but I'm just telling you, when they came down, it was a summer, and I had Saudis in my class. It was the time when Saudi Arabia used to just throw money at students, because remember the Arab Spring? They were afraid of the Arab Spring, so what they did is they bought off all their population, especially their students. They didn't want them on the streets, so they would give them money just to come to the University of Miami. They house them in fancy apartments. Bottom line, they were in my class. Sal from TradeStation came down, and it turned out that these folks, one of them, for instance, his father was the advisor, to the prince in trading. So I made sure to tell all of them, you are not trading real in my class. I didn't want the Saudis coming that I made them lose all their money. So
we have it on this platform, obviously, and I'd love to set you up with access to the platform.
So what I'd be interested in your platform is if we could use your same platform for equities or for in the crypto space, because that sport, in terms of, I have to teach this in an academic way. I cannot teach it in a sports context.
Well, that's the thing is that
And I would think that it would be able to transfer. I think. I don't know.
Conceptually, everything is the same.
Yeah.
I use technical analysis. I use overbought, oversold levels. Everything is based on standard deviations, just like options trading.
Mhm.
I call a total bet volatility. I call a price spread bet price action. Pairs trading, just like forex. I probability. I teach all options theory to do that because a sports contract has all the constituents of option theory as their security.
Mhm. Are you?
Yes, it's 1946. So you have your price, you have your strike price, you have your time to expiration, you have your implied volatility, and all of that is contingent on probability. So I'm teaching, people don't even realize it, and I'm teaching them complex options theories when they're watching a
So your
basketball.
product is what?
It's
What are you
gamification.
selling? So-
It's both education. It's education. It's kind. I like to call Mr. Miyagi, education. As we know, for 300 years or so, economics has been called the stale, insular bit.
Right, right.
This completely, if nothing else, this invalidates that aphorism from 300 years because you're using
I'm joining the
completely
meeting,
economic
okay?
Yeah.
finance principles, and you're watching.
So
something
tell him that I'm
recording
going
of
to
it,
join.
where people are, millions of people are losing their minds because the guy was going to make a free throw, right, in the last, second of the game, which is all, I'm sure you probably read what I sent you.
Yeah,
All
Just turn off your mic.
Greek options, risk-rated variables, and everything else. So what we do is we teach, the ed tech model that you're talking about, is we teach all these principles that would normally be extremely dry and boring and difficult to deal with and not exciting at all.
Right.
In the context of sports, in real time, it happens with the platform. You say, okay, and we have the virtual currency and all that. And you say, okay, here's your trading account. See how your P&L is in real time, based upon what we're teaching and the analytics that we're giving you from a technical standpoint. You can see what's overbought and oversold based upon your particular interpretation. You learn options theory. You're using the same terminology. It's a big Venn diagram.
So when you're teaching, when you say you're teaching, you have like online classes, you have videos. If I subscribe to your platform, and then you're teaching, or what is this?
I can send you some sample educational videos on how to use the platform.
But do you have your platform?
Oh, yeah.
Like I can sign, and what are the costs? I go onto your site, and I have a free version. We also use. Are you familiar with NinjaTrader?
Yeah, is his name Shy?
No. This is NinjaTrade. Originally it's out of Germany. It's a
Okay.
platform. You can look it up. It's Ninja.
He might have been Samurai Trade.
No, but it's NinjaTrader. They have a platform where you can attach to a brokerage. They're a brokerage now and a platform.
It's like
But
TradeStation.
It's like TradeStation, but it's
Free.
It's free, and you have a
Yeah,
free version.
Ours is free.
Okay, and it's free.
Or
And
MetaTrade.
all right, you're familiar with MetaTrader?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we use in the class NinjaTrader as a platform. So we go through, the students, are picking either Bitcoin or some of the cryptos or some of the stocks. We do back testing. We do forecasting. We do a lot of AI generated kind of strategies, and I teach them also.
We have virtual machines where people can put in their own particular.
Okay, and then we also I go through, I don't make them coders, but I go through also just in the simplified, using wizards, showing them, what were the codes and things like
I
that.
definitely think, and of course now since we've had the federal legalization, I think that you're going to see what I call gamification economics. I honestly
You mean
think-
for the betting, you mean, for the sports?
Well,
That would
yeah,
be,
it's the betting. It's just semantics. You
Yeah.
watch the NBC, you'll see Pete Najarian and all those guys say my bet is X.
yeah,
every
no,
night.
no, so blends together.
I've always envisioned, this gamification and simplification, of the two together, in an academic.
Yeah, but that's why I want to have this conversation to see where is there any synergy here and where we can work together. I have also Avi. This is Avi on
Hi.
the phone,
How are you?
and then Greg was. You want to maybe look this way because you didn't have it here.
Okay.
Avi's all over the place.
Yeah, I know. Avi's over.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have
because-
him take up. Why don't you? You can take over here, Avi.
Okay.
Because I need to do a couple of
Fine.
things. So you introduce Greg. You've heard, but Greg also lived in L.A. So he was with.
Yeah, we lived in LA too.
Yeah, I told him. So we can do this. Is also my husband, and his background is in forensics and accounting, and also statistics and in forecasting. So
I'm
I'm
an options guy, so.
yeah. So but I'm just saying. So let me have him talk to you a bit, and then I'll just come back and join the meeting. I just have another call that I need to do. So you can just do
Okay.
it from
I
here.
just have my document here.
Oh, okay. So you can be from there. It's
Can
okay.
I share with him? Can
Yeah.
you share with? Can you tell
Can
me
you
how
hear
to
him, Greg?
how to
Yeah, I
share
can
the
hear you,
screen?
yeah.
Yeah. Let me show.
So you go here and share it, so I will know. Hi, how are you doing?
Here, let me just.
Okay, Avi, how you doing?
Okay, so I was intrigued by, we have one of the main reasons I contacted you that we have to do a seminar for the IT Expo. We send you information about it.
But just tell him.
The
It's in
IT
June.
Expo is a conference, an international conference in Miami that has been rescheduled because of COVID to the summer,
To June.
to June. And basically there are different tracks. One of them is blockchain and other things, cryptocurrencies, and we are presenting a trading presentations. And I invited the ex-president of TradeStation, and he said that he will bring something. Who did he say?
He went from eToro.
For eToro, he will bring something, but our focus is strictly on automated trading strategies. And so, and then of course the patent that you have registered and Online Trading Academy registered, we went to their seminars much like you, as according to how you reported in a letter by Andrew. I don't know who Andrew is exactly.
He was the FTC agent, Federal Trade Commission.
So he wrote a letter to the Federal Trade Commission that was very well written. So I went over it and I wrote some questions because I'm teaching forensic accounting, and you have a classic case where for bot analysis
You
and
want me to share it?
and
you want me to-
consolidated audit trail will fit. I don't know if you know what they are,
You,
but I tried to send you some links on the last
Here,
email. If you can open the
oh,
document.
you want me to share
Yes.
it?
Share this document.
There's something, I don't know, there's something with the format of that document you're sending me. It didn't look exact.
It's-
Here.
Scroll down.
It's a Word document, so don't worry about it. I'll share it with you right now on the screen. Can you see it
Yeah,
on the
I was
screen
seeing
now?
that because- Oh, yeah, I was a little confused because
It was like, it
Yeah,
was just not. It was
Don't
just
worry
not.
about it, but I'll show it to you here. So basically, what we are teaching is forensic accounting. We are working primarily with lawyers and accountants that specialize, and this is this Andrew letter that I was telling you.
yeah, I wrote that to him.
Oh, he
yeah,
wrote that
yeah, I
right.
know, but I just call it the Andrew letter because I saw his name there and I couldn't understand what it is.
That's tough.
Let me just go to the top for a minute. Let me explain to you in plain English what it is, because it has a lot of jargon in forensic accounting that you may not be familiar with. So there are two areas. The title was But If and CAT analysis. CAT stands for Consolidated Audit Trail. So do you know what a but if analysis is for? My accent is a little different, so say it out loud for him. For, F-O-R, but, B, not but that you sit on, it is but, B-U-T, and if. So, you know what that is?
Why don't you explain it?
So it would just be a determination of whether or not something illicit transpired.
No, it's not illicit at all. It is an analysis to calculate the damages. So in forensic,
Well,
in-
the thing is that I'll tell you real quickly what happened. I had to extricate myself from my previous attorney because he was not doing his job. And actually, every IP attorney that I spoke with, including he and his boss and his entire firm, this is obviously infringement on your prior art. And then he said, but he scared my partner by saying that he thought there was a possibility he could say that we pierced the corporate veil. And I said, Joe, what are you talking about? And he said, I said, well, how did he pierce the corporate veil? You're crazy. And then I said, well, and then he started talking about latches or estoppel. I'm sorry, he started talking about estoppel. And then I said, so what do we do to stop the estoppel? And he said, well, you have to send him a cease and desist. I said, send him a cease and desist. But he scared my partner, and my partner didn't want to do it. And now in IP cases, there's a 7-year suspension of latches. So we still have 6 years left.
so what? Basically, I wanted to. I made some link which I tried to show you. It is for but if analysis is what would have happened had the Trading Academy Online used your method as prior art, and how much profits did you lose for but if they're granting the patent in the wrong way, so to speak.
I got you.
So that is called in forensic accounting, it is called for but if. So what would have happened?
The 1.11 billion because of the 350 times treble down.
And what happened also that after you informed them, they didn't remediate it and denied you revising the patent so it includes your method, because you claim that all their patent information was included in your patent from 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So if there is any merit to it, they should have included your analysis. If you click on the hyperlink, Forensic Accounting 5 Pillars of Lost Profits, you'll see an example of that.
He sees it on your, don't you see it on your screen? Why don't you click it?
Oh, it's not, doesn't refresh on my screen. Why does it not show up here?
Okay, because I'll tell you.
I can see your screen shared.
No, but she has another computer and 5 pillars
Wait,
of.
hold on, let me just
Never
show-
mind, it does it. Let me tell you what it does. Among other things, I have 5 pillars. This article is about the 5. With my English, it's hard to tell sometimes what I'm saying. 5 pillars of the 4 but analysis, and most importantly, it does it for people that are not in forensic accounting. It does a chart that shows your profits accelerating upwards until the time that they were granted the patent, and all of a sudden, some of your profits took a downturn. And this is how much profits you have lost due to the misgranting of their patent and not including your as prior art.
And my problem there is that I was familiar with Online Trading Academy for years before this even happened. And they were just another group, that were really kind of lower tier in the educational space.
Yeah, and you did a wonderful job explaining how they weaponize their patent.
The word, really, because, and I think it's going on all over, I think it's pervasive.
Yeah, and we know in the.
They use the patent, they say, this is patented, and then Joe Average says, oh, well, it's patented. USPTO says they're the only ones. that
That's
do it.
right, and we know people that happen to be very wealthy, but uneducated in the matter, like you described, that they were vulnerable, and they paid them thousands and thousands of dollars, well over $20,000 for their education, and then they tried to day trade and lost more than $100,000 until this particular individual, his wife told him, listen, you stop wasting money like that, or I'm leaving you. So basically she forced him to stop.
So the CEO for OTA is actually Israeli.
Yeah, I know. And he's also, we met him a long time ago in Israel, where he was in Tel Aviv University, and we were in Tel Aviv University and so on. And we were both attending the programming seminars the Trade Station did. The Trading Academy was using Trade Station. It was a whole conundrum of issues. But he was a perfect example to somebody that was defrauded. In fact, I sent him an email and I asked him to be also, what we are trying to do, I'm trying to set up a panel of experts. I may invite even the Trading Academy online, although I don't think that they would like to come because they know that they will be challenged. And
They don't want to come, no.
no, they don't want to come, and they keep using this, they keep weaponizing their patent.
And where did all the money go? They said they only had $20 million or something.
Yeah, they cooked up their financial statements. That's another thing that we specialize, and we publish some articles about uncooking the financial statements. And what they do is all kinds of shenanigans, and they are ended up with no profits, no reported profits, so it's very hard to sue them and get any money out of them. But that is what I wanted to do is I wanted to explain it to you. And the consolidated audit trail, have you heard about that?
Well, I'm totally aware of other trades, sure.
Yeah, but no, the consolidated audit trail is a very special audit trail that is pertaining to the trading community. And you know, when somebody brings the stock market down, like happened in the past, or is rigging the market in any way, if the market changes in more than 10%, they usually close the market temporarily.